Hutson and Gary Miller. And Echo, very good, Lindsay. Echo, would you like to go first?
Yes, absolutely. Hi, good evening. So my name is Echo Hutson, and like Alice said, County Court at Law number 4 is a criminal misdemeanor court. It also holds our specialized domestic violence division here for the county. So I am the chief prosecutor of the Domestic Violence Division at our Montgomery County District Attorney's Office. I helped create that division in 2011. I was the first specialized prosecutor in the county for domestic violence cases. I have been working that docket at the District Attorney's Office for the majority of the last 10 years, and what we have created in that court has turned into one of the national high performers. So there was a study from Sam Houston State University that was released in December 2021, studying our court, comparing it to other courts across the country, and we are at the top. So County Court at Law number 4 is very special. I'm running for this court because I know it from the inside out. It is very important that you have someone who knows how to run a docket. I know how to run a docket. I know how to run this court and the needs of this community. Thank you.
Good evening, I'm Gary Miller. Thank you for sticking with us tonight.
We have a lot of people here.
Yes, ma'am. This, like Ms. Hudson said, it's Court 4. It's a criminal misdemeanor court. You're talking about driving while intoxicated, drug possession, thefts, things like that. I've been a lawyer here in Texas for 16 years. I began my career as a prosecutor in Harris County. I was there roughly a little less than 3 years. Then I went out on my own into private practice, and I have my own firm. I defend people mainly charged with really serious cases. I am board certified in criminal law. It's all I've done my whole entire career. I did do one traffic accident for a friend, but that was a mistake. Never doing that again. Criminal law is all I know. It's what I care about. It's important. These courts are important. This is the criminal justice system at its finest. This is where you see people get arrested for the first time, hopefully the last time. These courts are important. Judges need to work these cases through the system to get a resolution that's fair to everyone. I appreciate your support. Thank you.
Okay, Echo, what are your specific skills, knowledge, or experience, and you sort of touched on this earlier, that you bring to the table that would make you the best judge in County Court at Law number 4?
Sure, so I'm actually going to start with something not necessarily domestic violence. So I, throughout my career at the DA's office, has been the chief of all 5 of Montgomery County's courts at law. And a chief prosecutor is responsible for when the judge gets on the bench and starts calling the cases, that prosecutor is responsible to answer ready, not ready, or the status of each and every case. So as a chief prosecutor, if there are, I believe right now we have about 1,350 pending cases in County Court at Law number 4, the chief prosecutor is responsible for those cases. I have done that throughout my career in all 5 county courts at law. And so I can put my name on over 4,000 cases that I prosecuted myself personally, but I'm also responsible for supervising the entire court, all the prosecutors in the court, getting cases from start to finish, from the intake all the way through trial or through plea bargain. So that is actually really good experience for being on the bench, because you have to move those cases through the system. Like we've talked about, and I think is a well-known fact here, we're increasing in our population. And so we're going to have to find room in our dockets and in our current courts for additional cases. And what that experience gives me is the ability to understand how to move a docket and which cases need priority. Just like John mentioned, incarcerated cases move to the top of the docket, but those bonded cases also need to move because they can't wait 2 years for justice as well. So really that experience puts me in a place where I know how to run these courts. I've done it from the inside out, and that gives me a specialized knowledge that for, I don't know, is it 14 years now? That's what I've been doing. Thank you.
Gary?
Okay, qualifications. I think I already talked about this. All right, criminal law. It involves a lot of things that you see from kind of drug use, alcoholism, things like that. The criminal justice system, it's important. you can make a difference in people's lives every day. There are so many programs out there through probation, through the court system. You can help people. Like I said, I've been a lawyer for 16 years. All I've done is criminal law. This court is special because of the domestic violence caseload. However, it has many, many, many other cases as well. I think that the DWIs in this court actually outnumber the domestic violence cases on the docket currently. I obviously would keep that docket in place. It's a good program. It's working. This court is well run. There is not a backlog of cases in this court. I would keep it going how it is. But like everyone's talked about, we've got increased trials. It's really the only way to deal with increased case numbers in criminal courts. Is you've got to go to trial. It puts pressure on both sides to make decisions, whether they want to proceed or not, dismiss the case, or accept the plea bargain. So you've got to keep the cases moving. I've been in many, many different counties in Texas. I've seen good, I've seen bad. You've just got to keep the cases moving, because if you don't, it can spiral out of control very quickly. People will use the system to their advantage if they can. So you've got to make sure that everyone's doing their job, that cases can reach a resolution. Again, I'm board certified in criminal law. I'm the only candidate that has that in this race. I look forward to your support. Thank you.
Stay up. Okay, both of you have continued to talk about moving the docket forward, getting the cases. How would you do that?
Okay. All right, you get arrested. You go to court usually within about...
I don't want to get arrested.
Well, as your lawyer, I would advise against that too. Say you have your worst day of your life, you get arrested. You will come to court within about a week or two. In that time, you're probably talking to lawyers trying to figure out what to do. You go to court, you get handed a set of instructions, they're called bond conditions, about things you can and cannot do while your case is pending. Then you get rescheduled multiple times. You're waiting for evidence to come in, videos, blood testing, things like that. The judge has to be mindful of those issues. All judges in Montgomery County are excellent at this. Obviously, the lawyers involved need the actual evidence to decide the case. At some point, there's no magic number. You have got to say, hey, enough is enough. You've had X amount number of months. You've got to move it along. All right? Every case is different. DWI cases, sadly, sometimes get sent to a lab in Austin for DPS, and it takes over a year to get the blood results back. Obviously, you can't force both cases in that sense to go to trial without the evidence. So it's got to be on a case-by-case basis. But with my experience, things I've seen done is I've tried, over 50 cases. I've tried a capital murder. I've tried a murder case. You know which cases need extended time for discovery, which ones don't. You have to put pressure every day, keep working. I don't play golf. I'll be there every day. You've got to be present, consistent. That's how you move a docket.
Okay. All right, so moving a docket was the question. How do you do that? Okay, so I agree with a lot of what's been said that trials move cases. But trials have to be set regularly. They have to have clear expectations. So we're going back to a control scheduling order. So my experience personally in Montgomery County, I started here before all of the courts specialized. So we would have a family docket one week, we would have a civil docket one week, we would have a criminal docket the next week. And I know Judge Hamilton's here and she's nodding along that was really time consuming and you weren't able to hear a criminal case on the family law week. And so specialization in this county started about the same time that we started our domestic violence docket. At the time of specialization, there was an Office of Court Administration study in this county that said specialization of each type of case really tends to move the same type of case more quickly through the system. So now we have criminal cases heard in one court. And that is the number one thing that we can do, which we are already doing, which has helped. But in addition, what we need are accelerated dockets. And I am not here to have any criticism on the current judge in this court. Judge Mary Ann Turner has done a fantastic job in County Court 4, moving her cases, particularly through COVID and all of the lockdowns that created backlogs. Accelerated dockets are what she has implemented for our family violence cases. And what that does is that moves a case through and it's being set for trial between 90 and 120 days. When I first started in this county, it was up to 2 years waiting for a trial on a family violence case. So the difference is that we move our cases through by setting them for trial and by keeping them on track, moving them through, and judges have to pay attention to how old the case is and why we are waiting for that case to be reset or not. So that is exactly what I would do, is what we have been doing. Thank you.
Hey, you can stay up and tell us why you'd be the best judge in this.
Yes, ma'am. Okay, so I feel like this mic is interfering. I'm going to step over here.
No, it's not you.
It's that one? Okay. Maybe over here is better. So I am running because this court is incredible and it is very special to Montgomery County. What we have created here is something that is an example to the rest of the country. I have been a part of that. I have been a public servant and dedicated to this county. I teach our law enforcement. I teach prosecutors. I am an expert in the field of domestic violence and investigation and prosecution of criminal cases. I am always teaching on a national level, on a regional level, across the state. My experience is something that I'm going to take and I'm going to give back to this county. I am on call 24/7 to law enforcement for purposes of domestic violence cases. And the reason why is not because I get paid to do that. I don't get paid extra. I donate my time back to this county every week. The reason why is because this county deserves the best. This is where I raise my children. My son is a Marine veteran. My husband is a master peace officer. He's a reserve sergeant with Constable Precinct 3 of this county. And the reason why is because we are so careful about who we put in charge. And I am the person who gives back. And I am asking for your vote because I'm not going to stop doing that. It's the right thing to do for this county. I am endorsed by law enforcement. 3 constables, the Montgomery County Combined Law Enforcement Association, cops and police, and sheriffs from Harris County. I am endorsed by the Montgomery County Republican Voters of Texas and by the Tea Party PAC. Why? Because a public servant is what this county needs. I'm asking for your vote. My name is Echo Hutson. Thank you so much.
1 minute, but I think I gave her 2. So go ahead and take 2.
I probably actually won't even do that. Okay. Again, my name's Gary Miller, County Court of Law number 4.
Yes, it's we're just play with it before it goes away.
Okay. Obviously, law enforcement doesn't endorse me. I'm a criminal defense attorney. They are not going to come and say they like me. It's just not going to happen. I'm realistic about that. It doesn't bother me. It doesn't hurt my feelings. My job is to make sure they do their job. It's just how it works, right? The system, it's adversarial. Ms. Hutson and I are colleagues. We work together all the time, all right? This court is important. I 100% agree with that. That's why I'm here too. I'm board certified. My family's lived here in Montgomery County since 2009. I have 2 teenage daughters. My wife's also a lawyer. She teaches online. I don't really understand it. I don't ask her too much about it. She teaches online. I don't get it. She gets up at like 6 in the morning to do it. I'm not really sure. It's law students. I don't know who's going to law school online at 6 in the morning. But some people are doing it, apparently. I didn't do that, so it's weird to me. Anyway, this court is important, all right? You've got to have people qualified. You've got to have people that have been on all different sides. I've been a prosecutor. I've been chief of courts. I supervise people. I supervise people that actually are now judges. It takes kind of a global perspective. I've done defense work, prosecution work. I've been in criminal justice for 16 years. This judge needs to be fair to all parties, give people the constitutional protections they need, move cases to trial. It's pretty simple. I appreciate your support. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, the next is going to be the Montgomery County Clerk. Say that. The county clerk's office